Yo, what's poppin' guys, Sizzle here, and today I'm going to be discussing my favorite hero in Overwatch, the one I decided to main, Reinhardt. So Rein's abilities, for those who don't know, pretty simple. He is a fire strike, it does collateral damage as 100 per hit, so he can swing his hammer with left click and do something like 85-ish damage, something like that. He can right click to shield and block damage, and he can left shift to pin. And if he pins someone into a wall, it does like a really good amount of damage. Generally one-shots people. Not some characters like Mei and Reaper, but it'll put him on like 10 health. I guess we joined a game that was just starting. Interesting. But yeah, generally, you know, pin around for mobility, shield to block something sometimes. You have a good amount of health because you're a tank. And then you can just swing and fire strike people to kind of deal damage outside of that. And then his ultimate's a shatter. I'm sure everyone watching this probably knows everything about Reinhardt, but just in case, you know? And with that out of the way, you know, now that I'm already in game, let me go discuss kind of my thoughts on the hero. I think Reinhardt is phenomenally designed. You know, he's one of the main reasons I think Overwatch was so successful. He is the most liked tank. I think according to Blizzard themselves, he's the most played tank in like every rank. I don't know if he's the most played in every rank, but across the board, like counting every rank, every person, every character, stat-wise, like he's the most played tank, and for good reason. It's because of his simplicity. It's fun. It's nice, you know, simple fun. I don't have to worry about my aim. You know, I don't have to position perfectly. I don't have to learn a bunch of movement or anything. I can literally just play the game. That's what Reinhardt's all about. He's just about playing the game. You know, mainly just like, he's like the, just, you know, have fun hero. He's a dick around type of hero. And that same kind of thought process, though, it's also why I never want him to be meta. I've said this many times to many different people. I never want Rein to be meta because he's such a brain-dead hero. I play him, alright? I can tell you from experience. He's a little bit too easy to play, especially at the lower elos. Like, you can just get away with just about anything. And you should have a reason to play other tanks in the game. I think Reinhardt's almost like the Mercy of the tank rule, where he's just like, he's just easy. He's nice, simple, fun, something that you don't have to pour, you know, trillions of hours to understand and optimize and all that. He's a character that's literally just about like, yo, I want to play Overwatch and I'm gonna play the game. That's what makes him beautiful. Right? He's all about, yeah, you can outskill people with blocking things with his shield, you know, block other shatters. His ult in and of itself can block with shatters, and the matchup of Rein versus Rein is a really fun, it's almost like a game of chess. It's a really fun mind game kind of session, I guess, for lack of better ways to say that. Yeah, I mean, he's just a fun, simple hero. His simplicity is what makes him fun. And I hope they don't really ever change him. The only reason Ryan really have to change if they change a lot about the game. That being said, I want to clarify what I said earlier. I don't think he should ever be meta because he's so easy to play, because everybody can kind of just play him correctly just by playing the game. I think the characters that should be meta are the ones that require player skill, whether that be very high game sense and stuff like Winston, or very high mechanics and characters like Doomfist. I don't think the meta characters should be ones that are easy to pick up. I don't think Rein should be bad. I don't think he should be viable in high ranks. I mean, he is, to some degree, always been viable in high ranks, mainly because people always know how to play with him because of that simplicity. But I never want him to be the de facto, you know, #1 tank. That's just bad for the game. It is bad for the game if the easiest hero, especially for people in lower ranks, is awful for you if the best hero is also the easiest to play. So generally, not a good sign. That being said, I think he should always be viable. I think he should always be a very solid contender. You know, if there was like a tier list and all the tanks were on it, I think he should be like, you know, rank 4 or 5. Right? It doesn't really matter. But I don't think he should ever be rank 1. I simply think he's too simple of a hero for him to ever be the best hero. I think that would be very bad if he was, and it shows that there's a problem. It would also be problematic for people in lower elos. You want variety in your game. Even though I love Reinhardt, and I especially love playing Reinhardt into Reinhardt, if I play Reinhardt, if I play only Rein versus Rein for about 10 games straight, I actually get sick of it. And that goes for any hero. Any single hero in this game. If you see the same single heroes every single time, it's boring. Part of what makes this game so interesting is that every game is so vastly different. The way that all the heroes can combine, you know, the way that every hero in and of themselves are just so different. But mainly the way that, like, the way all 5 of them combine together on your team and the enemy team to make such a unique fight and a unique map, a unique game, like, every single time you play Overwatch. And so that, like, if you have the same one every single time, if the same 5 heroes, you know, if you have Overwatch 2, Overwatch League Season 1, where they were all running, you know, Winston, Sojourn, Reaper, Lucio, Kiriko every single game, the game's just gonna be really boring and unfun to play. And the thing with Reinhardt is, since he's so easy, if he's ever the only option, everyone's gonna play him. Everyone. People want to play Rein. I want to play Rein. You want to play Rein. The tanks down in bronze want to play Rein. The tanks up in top 500 want to play Rein. Everybody wants to play Rein. He's just an inherently simple and fun hero. But at the same time, it's mainly because he's so relaxing, so simple to get behind. He rewards game sense quite heavily. He also lets you do a lot of goofy stuff with his pin. You know, you can really just kind of dick around with it a little bit too easy, honestly. But yeah, I mean, that's why he shouldn't be the best. That's I've never really fully explained this to anyone. I've always told people, I've always told my friends, I've always told people on YouTube, I've always told everybody, never make Rein meta, ever, at any point. He should never be the #1 tank. If he is, that is a problem, because he's going to be played in every game. Everyone fucking loves Rein. You love Rein. You're watching this video. You love Rein. If one of you doesn't like Rein, I would love to hear why, because he's very fair. None of his abilities are bullshit. He does have a one-shot in pin, but it's extremely loud, extremely slow, compared to most other one-shots at least. And, like, it doesn't even kill everyone all the time, and you can get saved by it from stuff like, you know, Bap's Lamp, Kiriko Cleanse, and just even Junker Queen Shout can save you. Just getting a little bit extra health, and Nano Boost could save you. There's like so many things that can save you from it. Everything Rein does is so simple, it's very easy to also simply counterplay it. And if you're getting fucked up by a Rein, I mean, it's like I said with Winston. If you get fucked up by Winston, that guy's better than you. If you get fucked up by Rein, it's actually an interesting case where you're just worse than him. It doesn't mean that he's better than you, but it just kind of means that you're bad. Or someone or something is going on that makes you and your team very bad. Because this character, I mean, he's very easy to beat down with just about anything. And I can say that for a fact. Whenever I'm winning my games on Rein, it's like, damn, these guys fucking suck. It's never like, holy shit, I'm the best, you know, best player alive. It's like, damn, these guys are just letting me do this or letting me get away with this. Kind of how I feel when I'm popping off on Rein. But I would be very curious if any single one of you watching this video, especially up to this point, don't like Reinhardt. Don't like to play him, because honestly, I understand it, right? Some people don't like playing simple heroes. I don't like playing Mercy. I don't think she's bad necessarily to exist in the game. I think there should be characters like her, but she's just not my cup of tea. Playing as Rein is one thing, but playing with Rein, you know, simplicity makes it easier to support him. Simplicity, I don't know, he's just so easy to play with, generally super successful. It's very hard for someone to be really bad at Rein to the point that they should actually swap off the hero. The hero itself is kind of bad, and that's why people generally ask for swaps. But yeah, I mean, like, on the whole, very hard to hate this character. He's like probably the most loved tank in Overwatch. Not the most loved character. I think that will always go to Ana, and I don't ever see that changing. And then for DPS, it's probably, you know, either Genji or like McCree. I'm not really sure which one. I figured she was going to TP, so there's no point in finishing that. Please don't hit this guy. I didn't mean to go up the map, but whatever. I'll take it. But yeah, it's like simple shit like that. It's like I accidentally pinned that guy up the map. It was funny. I had a fun time doing it. Echo, probably not so much, but she had so many chances to not do that. You know, it's really easy to dodge that ability. People have been doing it for most of the rest of this game. If you get caught by a pin, it's kind of on you. If you get caught by Reinhardt's, you know, melee-only damage and you weren't able to outrange him or just walk away from him, also on you. If you're not able to just burst him down, yeah, that's also on you. There's a lot of ways to kill this hero, and all of them are pretty easy in the same way that Reinhardt himself is pretty easy. But yeah, that's why I don't think he should be meta. I think that Blizzard devs have even spoken this. They said they're like never gonna buff him because they know everybody in bronze is already playing Rein, and he's already one of the higher win rate heroes in lower ranks because of his ease of play. But he would get played even more and be even more insane for them. And that would be a problem. You don't want this game to get stale. That's why when Mauga was meta for like a week or so, everyone didn't want to play the game then. That's why if Rein was meta, no one would have played the game then. Okay, thank you. And I think it'd be bad for Reinhardt too, because everyone already wants to play him. There's already so many people that play him when he's at his worst he's ever been, and he's probably definitively been in the bottom 3 of tanks for a large amount of Overwatch. The reason he wins a lot and the reason you see so many Reins succeed is because people want to play with this character, and people have played with this character for so long that, you know, everyone knows how to win with him. Everybody knows how to play with Rein on their team. Everybody knows how to play as Reinhardt himself. And they've done it for so long that they've kind of min-maxed the easiness of the character. Versus other characters like Roadhog, a lot of people still haven't even figured out half of the ways that hook works. Or Doomfist, there's a new bug every other day. But yeah, that's that. That's really all I have to say about this character. Don't think he should be meta. I'm very happy he's in the game. He's like 90% of why I continued to play Overwatch 2 specifically, because he's so simple, easy, and fun. Feels great to do well on him. It doesn't mean you're playing well, doesn't mean you're like that much better at the game, but it feels great to pop off with him. Just from his raw simplicity, you know that everything you do on Reinhardt is fair. You know, none of your abilities on Reinhardt are like bullshit. It's never like, oh my god, I can't believe, you know, he fucking threw anti-nade on me and I just died. Like, Rein doesn't have anything like that. His base damage is also melee. It's very easy to avoid. It's also very easy to use on the Reinhardt side. But overall, I think he's just, you know, there's a reason he's like the most loved tank according to like every stat and everything. It's just nice, easy, simple. He makes the tank matchup fun, shattering and shatter blocking ults and stuff with his shield. Very, very fun. The way he interacts with most characters in most ways is generally really fun outside of Orisa, but that's nobody likes interacting with Orisa on any character, so that's more speaking of the poor design of Orisa rather than anything wrong with Reinhardt. It's very fun to support, very fun to, you know, be damaging people with, right? You'll be behind a shield, or you'll be behind a guy, like, you know, pinning in and kind of taking all the attention off you. He's like the embodiment of the tank role. He's just a big tanky guy with some solid mobility, some solid damage, but he doesn't do all the damage, and he doesn't have self-sustain or anything crazy like that. He's just the tank, right? He takes the aggro, he takes the damage, and he lets everyone else in his team pop off, while also having the opportunity to pop off for himself. It's a very unique thing to Overwatch. I don't think any other game has really done the tank role as well, and Reinhardt is kind of the prime example of that. Very simple character, but very insanely fun. With that being said, I'm actually going to cut it off here. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.